We will now begin the press conference by Foreign Minister Motegi. I do not have any initial remarks. If you have questions, please. If you have question, please raise your hand, and after being designated, please go to the microphone stand and state your name and affiliation. Questions, please. Yamamoto-san, please. I'm Yamamoto from NHK. G7 summit will start today, and this is about vaccines. The chair country, UK, said that as G7, it is likely that there will be agreement reached to provide 1 billion doses of vaccine before the end of the next year. Minister Motegi, the summit will begin in Cornwall soon, and COVID-19 countermeasures and supply of vaccines and international cooperation, etc., I'm sure will be discussed. What the conclusion will be, that is up to the upcoming discussion. I would like to refrain from saying anything about the conclusion with any preconceived notion, but to achieve universal health coverage in all countries and regions, to ensure fair access to vaccine that are guaranteed to be safe, effective, and of high quality is quite important. This can include financial support, and it can include a support by providing the actual vaccines. On June the 2nd, Japan and Gavi co-hosted COVAX Vaccine Summit. And on that occasion, Japan made additional pledge of $800 million to COVAX facility. And when the environment is ready at the appropriate timing, vaccines manufactured in Japan with the rough target of 30 million doses will be provided through COVAX on a multilateral and bilateral basis to various countries and regions. That intention was announced on that occasion. Last week, as the first of such support, based on the request from Taiwan, AstraZeneca vaccines manufactured in Japan, 1.24 million doses were delivered to people of Taiwan at free cost. Yesterday, in Cornwall, in the United Kingdom, President Biden of the United States announced that 500 million doses of vaccines are to be provided to 92 low and middle income countries, and government of Japan welcomes this announcement. Various countries may be able to provide a direct assistance by directly providing vaccines, including that possibilities. In the end, the chair country will be determining the final language in the statement. Regarding the supply of vaccine from Japan, depending on the production state of vaccines in Japan and requests from international community and state of the infection of various countries and regions and needs for the vaccines, taking into account these various factors, a determination will be made to make coordination regarding countries and regions to supply vaccines. We have received a request from many countries and regions, so coordination will have to be made.
Asahin-san, please.
In the group of G7, what is on the agenda of Prime Minister Suga regarding the summit, and also regarding Asian affairs and basically West Asian affairs, where the Middle East is part of? Thank you.
From today, in the UK Cornwall, this group of 7 summit meeting is going to be held. The presidency is held by the UK, and the recovery from COVID-19, or building back better from the COVID-19, or the supply of vaccine to developing countries. Furthermore, the climate change or the female education. These global themes are the central themes for the summit meeting, which was announced. And as the only one Asian country, G7 member, as Japan, in addition to these themes, free and open Indo-Pacific FOIP and ever becoming harsher regional issues. On those important issues at the G7 foreign ministerial meetings, we had a top discussion in order to form the post-COVID-19 situation. We would like to lead a discussion of G7.
Sato from TV Asahi. Yesterday, Eihomaru fishing vessel that was escorted by Russia was released. How does Japanese government evaluate this situation? And Russia still claims that there was illegal fishing in Russian EEZ. What is the position of Japan? Today at 6:10 a.m., the vessel and all crew members, total of 14 crew members, safely returned to the port of Wakkanai. All crew members are confirmed to be healthy, as I understand. On the part of Japan, the vessel in question was operating in Japanese EEZ. That is the awareness of Japan, and through diplomatic channel to Russian authorities, we have lodged a protest that warning shot, pursuit, inspection, escort, and detention by Russian side cannot be accepted. And furthermore, early this morning, Eihomaru returned to the port. And regarding the factual relationship surrounding this case, Japanese authorities, I'm sure, will be conducting investigation.
Any other question? Kimura-san, please. I'm Kim from Toa Nippo from South Korea. Japan and the Korean relationship and G7 at the G7 summit meeting, President Moon Jae-in and Prime Minister Suga are present at the same time. South Korea has been saying that we are always open to dialogue with Japan. So there is a view that an unofficial contact will be possible with Japan. So if Japan and the South Korea leaders meeting will be held, what kind of meaning or significance will there be? Can I see the views of the minister, please? At the G7 meeting to be held from today, tomorrow, UK time up until morning, there will be G7 meeting will be held, and after that, South Korea, Australia, India, and including South Africa, including outreach countries, there will be discussion to be held. Well, looking at the schedule of the G7 summit meeting, in the fringe time, the time which is vacant is rather limited. So considering the convenience of both parties, what kind of meeting can be established is going to be adjusted from now on. So as of today, nothing has been decided yet. Any other questions, please?
Furuta from Hokkaido Shimbun. Regarding the detention of the fishing vessel off Wakkanai, I have a question. Both sides are claiming that the fishing vessel was operating in Russian EEZ or Japanese EEZ, and it was reported that fine was paid by the Japanese fishing vessel. Was this an appropriate response? What is the view of Ministry of Foreign Affairs about the factual relationship of this case? And now that the vessel and the crew members are back, first, the relevant authorities will be conducting investigation.
Any other questions? Harrison, please.
I asked about this before, Minister, but regarding the Olympic diplomacy is going to be properly. There are many planned summits. Are there any planned summits with dignitaries planning to visit Japan during the Olympics? And could you please name some of these if confirmed? Thank you.
Looking at the Rio and London, Beijing Olympic and Paralympic Games, in those games from overseas, many leaders or dignitaries during the Olympic Games visit those countries. This time, under the COVID-19, we make sure to have the prevention measures in place sufficiently during the Olympic and Paralympic Games in Tokyo. And a certain number of dignitaries will be visiting from various countries to Japan. That's how we perceive. But as of today, what kind of meeting will be held and so on will be coordinated from now on. Okay? So this concludes today's press conference. Thank you very much indeed.